Yo guys, so I haven't recorded for YouTube in a very long time. Uploaded a couple of Skyrim videos from back in last year when I was ill, and yeah, recorded a lot of Skyrim. Almost done with the Skyrim footage though. There's like maybe 10 hours of footage left, and I'll be in the Dragonborn DLC at the end of the footage, and I have maxed out, or almost maxed out, weapons and armor. But yeah, Skyrim becomes a little boring if you have good armor and weapons, so I stopped recording it then, and also my illness was ended at the end, and I was back to recording Tyranny last year. Didn't really end the game Tyranny yet, and at the moment I'm actually not having fun with it, and I'm not gonna play a game even though my character was OP at the end and there wasn't really any challenge in the game left, and that's something I personally enjoy. Even though it might sound boring, I personally enjoy it, but the problem with Tyranny was that you either were fighting Banes or you were fighting humans. There wasn't anything new ever gonna happen, and I'm pretty sure I was almost at the end of the game anyway. I don't know for how much longer the game would have went on, since I never finished it and I never watched any spoilers as to the end, but yeah. I spontaneously decided to play Baldur's Gate today, and well, very spontaneously decided to record because I was just doing a bit of testing and I got this pretty sick roll here, which allows me to get all 18s except in Charisma, and Charisma is pretty useless. Wisdom is useless on most characters as well, but this one is actually a cleric class, so with cleric, wisdom is a bit more useful, and also of course if the mage gets to wish, which I don't know if you get to the real good wish. That might be level 9 spell. What we get the limited wish at 7, I think. So why did I not go mage cleric here but fighter? This video, or this series of videos, is supposed to become the start of the free-for-all ScS and LoB challenge. You can find it in the Beamdog forums, created by a pretty popular guy by now, I think. I can't really pronounce his name because I don't know, I've never heard it, I just read it, so I'm just gonna pronounce it the German way, which would be harpagornis. And he actually wrote to me like a month or so back, or maybe even 2 months back, in the Pillars of Eternity, and told me about this challenge, and I feel kind of bad for never really participating in it. I started Baldur's Gate 1 once and got to the bandit camp, and I got really pissed off at LoB. I've always played with ScS, I love ScS. Always played on Insane with ScS, but I do not really like LoB, but I have found something, I mean, it's a well-known spell, but I've looked at the spell again and I really like it, and it's a harm spell. And I don't really think harm is that awesome on a pure mage cleric. You have to use a spell to get better tackle to land that. And on LoB, on LoB you also have improved defense, improved what you call it, armor class on the enemies. So a pure mage cleric might have trouble landing the harm spell, but if the harm spell lands, it is the answer for LoB cheese, because for those of you who don't know, LoB just adds huge hit points to enemies. It also adds an extra attack, and it also adds ridiculously high saves. So the saves are a big problem already, but the HP always was my main problem. So with the fighter, I think it's gonna be a lot easier to land the harm spell, and that reduces enemies to 1 HP, and yeah, 1 HP is not ridiculously highly improved HP, but just 1. So I think that will make that game mode, that difficulty, a lot easier. And yeah, that's why I chose the fighter, just because LoB changed the meta a little bit. Usually Mage Cleric would be better. Also, what's really nice at the Mage Cleric combo in low levels is you can combine Blind and you can use Doom just if your enemy has too high save rolls. You can use Doom to lower it, and Blind just kills everything, so before you get the harm spell, that will be your combo, Doom into Blind. Yeah, so I hope this is gonna be less frustrating, because I've started to record it now, so I really want to finish it. And oops, phone is ringing. Okay, I'm back. And I have never finished Siege of Dragonspear, so that's why I'm recording this now. I really want to finish Siege of Dragonspear now. Of course, I also want to do Baldur's Gate 2 after this. I want to do the whole challenge from the Beamdog forums, and I hope this will give me the additional kick in my ass to finish this. So very important in this game mode is bows, but since we can only use priest weapons in this combo, let's go sling instead. I don't know. Yeah, there should be exploding bullets in the enhanced edition, I'm pretty sure. And probably Warhammer. No, wait, there's a very good mace, isn't there? Yeah, it's a very good mace. I'm gonna go with that. I'm not gonna go with any of the styles yet. So we're gonna go blind and find familiar. And yeah, I guess we're gonna start with find familiar, just to get the extra HP. Also, some of the familiars are really nice. I didn't really see. I didn't pre-plan this character. This is how spontaneous I just recorded this because of the 93 roll. I just went with something like neutral evil, and I don't even know if that familiar is any good. I know there was a very awesome familiar in one of the evil alignments, which I tested out before. But whatever, I guess. Okay, so here we're gonna go with Doom, of course, Sanctuary. I wonder if we should go with this. Oh wait, priest spells. I'm already picking. I totally forgot that. I'm already picking my the way I memorize these spells. So in Candlekeep we don't doesn't really matter what we take. Maybe we actually should go with this. There's a +1 weapon, 2d4. I don't really know what, how we get our tackle for this, so whether we need any weapon spec for that. We're not gonna have our blind because we just went find familiar. So yeah, for Candlekeep, doesn't really matter. These spells are all more for the actual game. Might just go with Cure Light Wounds. I'm not really planning on taking any damage on Candlekeep, mind you. So yeah, I don't really know what to take here. Let's just go with the spells we would take anyway. It's bluish, right? Dark blue. Not really, but I'll just go with that, so we go with something.
Now you're going to be sorry.
So yeah, we're neutral evil, so I don't know if that's actually where you get the imp. I don't remember, but I tested the imp before, and that's really good because it can change into different shapes. So it's gonna be evil, airy, because get it, it's mage cleric, just evil. And I go with LoB here.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Alright. So, I don't think we need any money here in Candlekeep. Dust method. Now those guys are slightly less good, but I don't know why I keep tabbing out. Whenever I go with my mouse down here, keep tabbing out for some weird reason. Oops.
Now what? I'm on it like ugly on an orc.
Yeah, I just keep tabbing out whenever I try to... Something's wrong on my desktop. That's pretty stupid. Okay, at least these have glass dust, which I think lowers saving throws, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely useful.
Uh-huh. If you're sure that's what you want.
Get it in a pack for now. So 10% magic resistance. 2 attacks per round, that's nice too. Slash piercing missile. 100 fire resistance, that's also really cool. Okay, this is still immune to level drain, sleep and petrification. This is still very useful, familiar. It's not the one I would have picked if this wouldn't have been as spontaneous as it was. But as I said, just because I saw that 93 roll, I had to
Like ugly on an orc.
had to just go with my test character. So yeah, as I said, I don't think we need any items here. So I'm not gonna go around and do all these low level quests, I think. Buy the helmet. I always forget to buy helmets. And we went with Mace Ride. Yeah. So right now we don't really want to get in any fights. We have pretty much 0 fighting potential.
It's in the bag.
So we just ignore these quests. I always do them when I need some money for items in the shop. But this character is gonna be based on the spells mostly and on way more expensive items which we acquire later.
Hey, it's me, Emmoen.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you. Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's hurry, child. It can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. Explain everything as soon as there is time. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself. You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
Give me a second here.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man. The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arms.